What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chaos. My name is the-tek, and today we have to take a break from our regularly scheduled one video to look at this. So this is a Vita Carnis dire measures. This is the newest installment. I forgot which episode we're on. Season 2, episode 3, 4, somewhere in there. I don't know. It's been too long, Darian. All right, we're gonna watch this, and I'm gonna try not to say a whole lot because I don't have the most time here. But yeah. That's the gist of it. Also, did you know that the reason why I haven't been on here is because I started a new Twitch channel? Well, not new. I've been more active on Twitch is what I'm trying to say. If you want to see more of my content, I've been mostly kind of prioritizing that instead of this because this takes a lot more time that I don't have versus Twitch. Twitch is rather quick, easy to get up and running. I can make shorts and stuff like that off of that and put them here. So yeah, go support me on Twitch, subscribe there, or you can, subscribe, turn on bell notifications here, and become a channel member, all that stuff to help support me so I don't have to, so I can actually make more time to do cool stuff like this, and also cool stuff like Twitch, and just overall be a better, allow me to be a better content creator overall. So yeah, thank you for the support, and Vita Carnis. Okay, I don't know how much time I have. Damn it, I have to pause these. I don't know how much time I have. I think they are beginning to realize what I'm doing. I have sent over one blast package containing anything I thought looked important. If I don't contact you again, assume the worst. I know how hard it is to combat this alone. Again. I forgot the timeline, but oh well. But I don't think we have a choice. You figured it out before. You can do it again before it's too late. Good luck to you, B. That B? I also think that this is going to be about the host, and that's just because of the thumbnail itself. Anyway, let's continue. Yep, Carcass. This is very classified information. Jump scare me, why don't you? Okay.
Sleeping is the body's way of taking a break, allowing it to grow and repair itself. Your brain goes through 4 cycles of sleep.
So, they have a dormant cycle. Got it. Oh, harvester bulb. Now an acceptable size to begin testing. Okay, more horrifying animal testing. The bulb will be transferred into a specialized holding cell designed for research of harvester behavior. Excellent news. After the capture of the new Trier cult at Facility 0, and the securing of the entity's teams Alpha, Beta, and Gamma did a sweep of the facility contained within were multiple items that were deemed of interest. 2 of these items were a living Imperium Carnis host of influence. I called that shit. It's like I called it even before we got to this point, if you guys remember. And a collection of different types of powders. Gee, I wonder what those powders could be. Sodium powders lead to classification of 3 distinct: vial of host spores, vial of Nutrier flavor enhancer, host spores, unknown composition. Okay. That actually looks pretty sick. The host of influences was captured and contained at the Carcass facility for research purposes. The goal being to understand the nature of the host as well as the use of and purposes of the 3 powders to take to the cult. Yeah. Oh, he gets it to move. Interesting. August 20th. Shit goes down. It kind of looks like an SCP creature to me. Spores exposure. Test reports spore exposure and as effects. The host would be placed in the modified cell that would have ventilation holes to another cell. A test subject will be placed in the opposing cell and be exposed to the expelled spores. Yeah, we already know what they do. Spore exposure and its effects. The subject will then be decontaminated and quarantined to monitor behavior. Once the symptoms subside, the subject will give a vocal and written report of the effects they felt while under the influence. Reports for the test are as follows. And everything's going to be written out, so I have to read it and waste a lot of time.
Poisonous sting cells have hollow barbs to stun and eventually kill prey.
Oh, that's a Man-O-War.
In the first stage, your body begins to relax and your brain activity begins to slow.
Yeah, for a minute, but yeah. Pull back to holding cell. Once it has finished settling into its new environment, we shall start testing. So it just wiggles around for a bit. Just wiggling, just wiggling. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Bulb has reached maturity and is now ready for the next stage of testing. Harvester venom extraction. Now that the harvester is large enough and it is possible to substantially extract the venom from the tendrils, obtaining the venom in a safe manner will prove to be difficult given the risk of lethal injection. Excellent. One method that could be used to obtain venom would be to lower a silicon sponge that can be pierced and absorb the injection venom when placed onto harvester's grounds. That'd be a big ass sponge. Okay. During the first test of the harvester tendril sensitivity, where we lowered a dummy onto the harvester grounds, the bulb displayed its efficiency in trapping prey. Just smack the crap out of that thing. You will need to scrap the idea of a silicon sponge given the aggressiveness of the harvester and the damage it may cause, leading to potential failure in venom extraction. No shit. Ooh. Vita Carnis, volunteer test subject. Okay, this is for the host. Subject 1 exposed to the spores. Mild irritation displayed when inhaling. The host seems agitated by the presence of the subject, attempting to attack them when given the chance, damaging the barrier. Subject removed from the cell promptly for decontamination. I think Darian might be using a animation software. Subject quarantined for 36 hours until symptoms subsided. The subject under the influence awaits the door in the mindless state. He waits at the door. Sorry. Subject symptoms have eased and is now ready for reports.
I feel tired and I have aches in my legs and arms.
Me too.
I'm also quite nauseous. Not dizzy, but foggy, if that makes sense. I don't feel too bad overall. The worst I feel is very hungry and thirsty.
Best you release right down. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I'm not, no. Not reading all that. October 3rd. We're in spooky months. Ooh.
In the second stage, your heart rate and breathing slow, and your body temperature lowers.
Interesting. And yeah, that does happen. Given no safe options at the time, we resulted in sedating the harvester and manually siphoning out the venom. Venom extraction this way has proven effective. Those actually look pretty cool. However Darian's making these, he actually does a really good job. We managed to extract 2 mils of each venom from a total of 5 spines. The paralysis venom left is more abundant than the anticoagulant venom on the right. Yeah, because you probably wouldn't need as much. Exposure 2. Subject again experiences agitation. The host still displays aggression, but appears less irritated. Shipped to quarantine while displaying mindlessness. The subject was greatly distressed by their containment. Yeah, I think he might be using Blender for some of these scenes. While initially concerning, the symptoms again eased.
I'm much more, I'm exhausted now. My joints feel tight, and my muscles as well. There's a slight tremor in my fingers. I'm very disoriented.
Yeah, he's also looking kind of sick.
My head is pounding. I'm also seeing silhouettes, and my vision is, I don't know, like if you looked at a light for too long and it gets burned into your vision. I'm getting better though. I think I should be fine to continue.
No. You should probably recover fully, and also, Darren, you should learn how to EQ your bass. It's really blowing out the sound right now. Don't mean to be nitpicky, but this is going to be impossible to watch with you know, on a phone, because it's just going to sound like brr, 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 brr. I know, because that's what it sounds like in these headphones, and they're actually really, really good. Ooh, that's cool. Is that a flea or an aphid?
Third stage, your body should now be almost fully relaxed.
And your brain activity goes through the roof. Production of the Venom vials has been greatly successful. They have a bunch of it, I guess. So displayed usual symptoms. The host appears to have mellowed out and has displayed curiosity for the subject. While in the middle of quarantine, the subject began hitting themselves against the door in a means to escape. The subject was swiftly detained and restrained to prevent further harm after the effect wore off. The subject assured that they are willing to continue the test. I'm starting to think that as this thing actually begins to be exposed to the victim, he starts releasing more and more spores to try to get the victim to come to him. Or different types of spores. Yeah, he's looking even sicker now.
It feels numb, like pressure. It's not bad. It doesn't hurt. I don't think so. At least I remember something. I can't pin it though. Like remembering a dream. It was bright. It was nice. I felt important.
Yeah. So it's releasing different types of spores. Because that would make more sense. Given that one set of spores just like relaxed him, and now these ones are almost like altering his cognition in that state. Buggies. Yum-yums. Whatever this is.
And finally, in stage 4, something strange happens. Brain activity begins to pick up again, and your eyes begin to rapidly move. This stage is called rapid eye movement sleep, or REM sleep. REM sleep is believed to be your brain working on cognitive function, learning, and memory. This stage also has the most likely chance
You will dream. Oh, we cannot conclude. We can conclude that harvester tendrils will not be triggered by trimming test subjects. Did you release the poor little bastards in there? Well, we could conclude that other members of the Vita Carnis may also share this protection. More testing is required. Yeah, of course it is. Like, so much happening at once in this freaking video, and it's just unreal. Exposure 4, significant findings during exposure. The spores emitted from the host now have a distinct red hue. Interesting! Almost like the flavor enhancer. Instead of its usual orange appearance, the host displays mellow behavior. Yes, mellow. It looks like the other guy's brain exploded. Subject was restrained to their bed to prevent any harm they may do to themselves. Despite this, the subject tries to resist their restraints while under the influence. He wiggles a lot, even though his right foot is dead asleep. He's not looking too good. Looking like Heath Ledger's Joker.
It is dark, but a light so beautiful. I devote myself to the great truth, to stray from darkness and meet the light. For wonder and wisdom, I serve my Lord. I serve my Lord. I serve my Lord. I serve my Lord.
Wonder what that was about. Given the clear metal strain on the subject, testing has been halted indefinitely. You mean mental? I think there might have been a typo there.
But what are dreams?
No one knows. That was like the best way you could have ended that clip. Ooh. Duracells. Oh, there they are.
Hey, why am I tied up?
You know why.
What's going on? Hey!
Sit still, Bruce. It's all right.
Bruce Wayne?
Us? Why am I here?
Calm yourself.
Calm your tits,
We're
Bruce.
just going to ask a few questions. The restraints are just a precaution.
What?
Relax.
Okay.
So, Bruce Phoenix, you are the manager in our files department, is that correct?
Is this the bee?
Yes.
What would you say you do?
I, organize documents, process reports, tapes, files, mainly with our experimentation unit.
Okay, he runs experiment stuff.
I see. The reason I ask is because I believe there have been some issues recently with your department. Have you noticed anything?
Death?
No. I don't think so.
Really? Nothing at all?
Bullshit, Bruce.
No. It seems to be in order to me.
I'd make a great bad
Why?
cop.
Well, I ask because we had a look through our documentation and noticed some inconsistencies.
Like what, sir?
Like
We
you full of
noticed that
shit.
There has been some tampering with some particular documents. Classified documents. Nothing too big, but it seems someone's been covering some things up. Well, you are the head of that department, so we thought you would know something.
Yeah,
Are you
Bruce, tell us
sure
about
you
that.
don't know anything?
I'm sure.
I'm sure too. You know, loyalty is an important part.
I'm sure
of our
too.
work.
Bruce is full of shit. Let's kill him.
We handle some important things, classified things, things we don't want getting into the wrong hands. So when we find out that someone has been smuggling documents behind our back, that is awfully concerning. Especially when that person, I don't know, is lying right to my face.
Yeah, Bruce.
Not lying, sir.
Stop! Especially,
Cut the crap, Bruce.
especially when we have them on video.
And their name
Which
is Bruce.
leads me to ask, why are you taking tapes out?
I can explain. I was just...
Stop! I don't need to know what you were doing with them, but I do need to know one thing. Who are you sending them to?
No one!
Who are you sending them to?
Please, sir, listen! I was just organizing them and I had to move them!
Who are you in contact with?
Yeah, Bruce.
Please! I'm not lying!
We are past that, Bruce. Why do you think this was acceptable? What you were doing threatens national security. You are actively threatening the progress of the human species.
No!
Is that what's going on?
I'm trying to save the human species.
Yeah,
What
dude.
you're doing here is wrong!
Or wait, whose side am I on?
Things! They have brainwashed you! They are messing with your judgment. Safety protocols, basic upkeep? Reckless experiments? This isn't progress! This is madness!
Madness, I say!
Those monsters who worship them! Please, Marshal. We need to stop.
I will ask one last time. Who are you contacting?
Never. I'm done. I won't be a part of this.
Poor Bruce. You're free to go.
Cut the cameras.
Back to your holding cell.
Have you watched some of the tapes of the experiments we do?
Nope.
It's interesting, some of the things in there.
Yeah, very, very, very.
Did you know in harvesters that both of the venoms they inject are lethal? The neurotoxin
Interesting.
doesn't just block the nerve signals, it directly attacks each nerve.
Oh, that's gotta be
causing
painful.
Sudden paralysis in muscles, moving deeper into your vitals. But for each nerve that dies, you feel every single thing.
Yeah, I knew that.
But all you can do is sit in silence as your nerves burn away until your heart stops beating, your lungs stop breathing, and your brain shuts down. Fortunately, usually the other venom causes you to bleed out first. Sir, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Fortunate indeed.
Well,
Please. No, please don't! Don't! Please don't! No! I'm sorry, Marshal.
poor Bruce.
No, no!
He forgot to cut the audio. Has a weird beat to it, oddly enough. That was terrifying. What does this have to do with REM sleep? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Written report. Bruce dead. Oh. That's more of like an illustrated report. And with that, we've come to the end once again. Well, we'll see if there's anything special at the very end of this. I missed the little sections at the end where it had like the little pages that we get to read, but that is sadly gone. Anyway, I had a great time. This was actually a little, well, very interesting, but a little bit of spooks at the end. So this season has been not quite as scary, which I do kind of, not the biggest fan of that, but as far as like learning more about the Vita Carnis species, it's like, that is a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun, not gonna lie. And like, I do like the new attempts at trying to like up the production quality, I guess you could call it, yeah, by using, like, it looks like he's using Blender for some of the stuff, and he's adding the analog, like, kind of VCR filter on top of it. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like it. So yeah, as far as the harvester venom and stuff like that, I think that the Vita Carnis species was probably dormant the entire time. So it was something that was always here, but it just came out of dormancy. That's why they're like talking about like REM sleep and stuff like that. Or it could be like, you know, a glimpse as to how the host's venom, I guess? No, the host toxin, the host spores, that's the word I'm looking for. It might be more insight into how the host spores work. Don't quote me on that. We don't have a whole lot of information, but I'm excited to see more. I'm glad this came out. This is going to be going up as soon as possible. As soon as I can get it edited. I do have a very, very busy week ahead, so this is the worst time to release it. But I digress. But so, like I said before, I do most of my work on Twitch now, so go ahead and follow me there. Link will be in the description. Follow me, turn on the notifications on that. Subscribe if the feeling takes you. I will be doing another live stream. If this goes up on Friday, probably tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then Wednesday. No longer doing it on Mondays. That's just not happening. If you're more of a YouTube guy, then, you know, subscribe, turn on bell notifications here for more content like this whenever I put it up. And turn on bell notifications, all that stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, that's it for me. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to show just love down below by hitting the like button. And don't forget to check out the annotations for more videos. Now, see you in the next video.